And I want to pull one out of my hat just for old time's sake. Real quick. Bear with me just a second. Yep, I had to play the old one just for shits and giggles.
Nice.
I hadn't seen that thing in forever.
I was like, maybe I haven't played enough games, or maybe my memory's melting away. But I'm like, watching it, and I was like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Oh,
well, one was Cyberpunk,
The
Last of Us.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there was all kinds of game footage thrown in there, man. All kinds of it. So I'd seen that was still in my computer, so I'm like, wait a minute, let me put that one in there and play it just for old time's sake. Well,
nice.
It is that time again. It's Sunday night at 7:00, and it's time for Gaming Beyond the Box. And I do apologize. We got a couple people short. We got a couple still at work. We got one on vacation. So, you know the old saying in the South, you run with what you brought to the track. So this is what we brought to the track, and this is what we're going to run with. And that's pretty much how it's going to go tonight. All right. So on the bottom, all by his lonesome, our only guest for tonight. What is up, Fuzzy?
What is up, everyone? Glad to be here. It's been a while since I've been on here, so glad to be back. But man, oh man, Twitter, or the app formerly known as Twitter, is just it's a bunch of laughs. Your memes are still cool as hell, but man, just people having breakdowns over the silliest things these days. But you know, it's social media, so it is what it is. But man, glad to be here.
The app formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah, but man, I don't know what Elon's doing, but hey, you know, it's his money, his app. Let him do what he wants, and we'll see what happens. But man, glad to be here with you guys. Can't wait to get into it tonight. But man, thank you for having me on.
The funny part of that is every week somebody posts Twitter's dying, but there's more and more people coming onto Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And I see more and more ads on Twitter.
Yeah.
So apparently it's not dying like some people want to claim.
No, it won't die until people start talking about it dying. That's when they'll realize, oh wait, maybe we should just let it go. But nah, it's going to be a while before Threads or anything else catches up. People are, you know, creatures of habit. We like, you know, convenience, and if we already got something open up, yeah, that's good enough. No need to put in all your information for another place to, you know, hound you with ads and other stuff. So, you know.
Exactly. Or another place to have all your private info out of your cell phone.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, Zuckerberg doesn't have enough of your info already, people. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, though, apparently there is actually going to be a fight between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. They're supposed to be doing this thing for charity now.
Oh, my God. Can they both just knock each other the fuck out simultaneously?
I mean, come on. Wouldn't that be interesting to see, though?
Yeah,
because I just want to see. I want to see old Zuckerberg get hit and see if he actually is a reptilian or not.
Yeah, he'll start having that reptilian tongue lick his wounds or whatever. Oh,
see, that's what I'm thinking, dude. I'm really a firm believer the dude is not human. Jimmy, what's up, dude? And Rock and Pest. But yeah, I just don't think the guy's human at all. I really don't. He doesn't even look human.
Data. He has that that pale look, and his eyes just it's almost like he's the living version of Data from Star Trek. So
I totally agree with that. And he always looks like that guy that got bit by the zombie that's not wanting to tell anybody about it, you know? That's what
He's
he
like,
looks
I'm
like.
fine. I'm fine. And all of a sudden,
Yeah.
it's like, "Ugh."
And then everybody just kind of like beats him with a dildo and puts him back down or something. You can tell how much I like Mark Zuckerberg. Huh?
Oh, God.
All right. Piniac, what have you been up to, dude?
What's going on? I actually just got back from a bit of a vacation there on Friday. So even though I took my PS5, the weather was amazing and the beaches were amazing, and I didn't even take it out of the bag that it was in the entire time. So aside from like an hour of The Witcher 3 that I played Friday night after we got home, that's it for me for the past week or so. So not much going on. But hey, we're here. It's tonight. We got some shit to say.
Do we?
Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah.
And of course, let's see. I've been playing not as much Diablo 4 as I was because I'm to that point now to where it's like, because let's be honest, I'm a huge Diablo fan, and I've said this for years.
Mhm.
I really looked forward to that season dropping. I didn't. I don't know. I expected it to be more to it than a few dungeons with some malignant in them, and
Yeah.
the battle pass. I mean, come on, it was a joke. This is about as useless as a screen door in a fucking submarine, people. All the stuff basically is cosmetic. I think there
Mhm.
was one actual weapon in there.
Yeah.
And it's just like I'm at that point now. It's like, do I really want to keep playing this? But I still go back to it for some odd reason because it is Diablo.
Mhm.
But I don't know, man.
I'm gonna
wearing
check how
on me.
much time you have just because I'm curious.
It's wearing on me really bad now
Stalking.
because I'm just.
What class did you go with on the season?
This time I went with the Necromancer,
Oh, okay.
and I don't know, dude. It's just like it's such a grind to level up. It's such a grind to find anything in this game anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so hard to find any gear worthwhile. And when you go from like level 1 to 45, you got like you level up quick.
Mm-hmm.
After you hit 45, dude, it's just like everything starts to crawl.
Yeah.
And then when you hit level 60 and go up from there, it's like really a crawl.
I could see you getting a little tired of it with 17 days worth of playtime.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. 17 days. Damn, that's almost as long as my first marriage. But actually, I think that's longer than my first one.
Wow.
Yeah, it really is. I'm not joking. But the weird part of it is, man, it's just like I expected more out of the whole season thing.
Mm-hmm.
And even the challenges they want you to do, it's really not that complicated.
Yeah.
I mean, I've completed the battle pass and the season like over a week ago. So it's like now we wait till October the 3rd, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But let's be honest, when Starfield drops, I probably won't see Diablo again for quite a while.
Same here. So, yeah, I'm about, I think, 4 or 5 slots away from finishing off the battle pass. There should be a way that you could skip to 50 because as much as it's fun doing that 1 to 45 grind, I'd rather just jump right into 50 with all the points and renown that I already had. And I thought I was doing something on the Eternal with, going to all the dungeons on my first character. I was like, oh, well, maybe this will carry over along with the, the Lilith statues. Nope. Got to redo all the dungeons no matter what class you go with. So it's like, oh, well, that mistake.
And it gives you an option to reset the dungeons.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting back going, and I'm glad you mentioned that. It's another thing that's kind of irritating me about it. Why do you really need events inside of a dungeon? I did one dungeon this morning, and it had 4 events inside that one little dungeon.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? Does everything need to be a dungeon at this point? Or an event? And it's just, I don't know, man. It's like they had some really great ideas.
Yeah.
And then it's like they just started kind of watering them down, and I don't know, some of the dungeons are just like so long and overdrawn. Like you'll do something like get the 3 stones.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. So you'll go in, you'll get the 3 stones. You go into another area, knock down the 3 corpse piles.
Yep.
Really? So then you wander around for another hour and you take down the corpse piles. And then, kill everything and collect animus.
Yep.
What the fuck?
And in the
And then
process, you stumble across Last Stand. And it's like, I don't feel like doing
Yeah.
another Last Stand.
Yeah, exactly. There's always that one adventurer going, we need help. We can't get out of here. Oh, fuck you. I don't care. My breakfast means more to me than your life right now. Okay. And it's just like, why do you, I mean, they could have made them, I don't know, maybe a little bit longer without all the BS attached to them or something. I don't know. It's just, after you do them for a while, or like Penny Access for 17 days, like I have, you just kind of get to the point where you're like, I think I'd rather slam my dick in the bathroom door at this point. It would probably be less painful.
Yeah.
But because it really does, man. And I think the only reason I'm playing it at this point is because of my wife. Because we're running through it together. And I'm like, if I didn't play with her, I'm not really sure I would keep going through some of this game.
Yeah.
Because even the Hell Tides, they're glitched up. They're not working correctly.
And they raised the price on the chest. So I'm not pissed
that
about
one
it, but it's
chick-
like,
that-
come on.
Yeah, the mysterious chest now is 250 cinder.
Yeah.
And the bad part, it doesn't show up on the map. It just randomly spawns.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes you like 30 to 40 minutes to get the cinder. Then you have like 10 to 15 minutes to find this fucking chest. And if you can't find it, guess what happens, boys and girls? Same thing happened to me the other day. You lose all those cinders.
Yep.
So I lost like 400 and some cinders because I could not find one of those damn chests. And I was holding out hope, at the last minute, hoping I would find one, but no such luck. It didn't happen.
Kind of happy I don't know what cinders even are. So
You collect them during the Hell Tide.
yeah, I didn't even do
You
one
kill-
of those. It's like go
you
do a
kill
hell tide. It's like
creatures.
why?
Yeah, you kill creatures and you
I
collect
did the
them during the
campaign.
Hell Tide.
Willis dead. Leave me alone.
No, I'm that guy with the cell phone or the laptop out with the one of those what do you call them, like apps or something that shows
you all the
Wh-
events and their timers. And
yeah.
stuff.
So it's like,
Right.
okay, the timer, all right, it's the one up, or it's one of like usually 4 points on like the map. I mean, yeah, it's kind of cheating, but it's like you said, I got tired of spending like almost more than half the time getting the cinders, and then it's like, okay, I found the chest, and then just as I go to open it, that's when they send like 3 swarms and the meteorites, and it's like, oh, the meteorite lands on my head and I'm dead. Like normally it would just burn me, but no, this one kills me when I go to open the chest this time. But it's like, come on.
Oh, now I got really close the other day when we were playing. I got to the chest. I only had like 30 seconds to get it open before time ran out.
Yeah.
And no matter what happens, you always get shot in the ass from something across the map. And it stops the animation.
Yep.
So you have to go all back through the animation again. And this motherfucker takes like forever to open this chest. I got lucky. I opened it I had like 3 to 4 seconds left.
Wow. Yeah.
I was like, you got to be kidding me. Or like you said, the meteor falls on you or the brimstone or whatever the hell it is. And it'll kill you sometimes with one shot.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you die, you lose half of everything you're carrying.
Yep.
You lose half of those cinders. If you've got 500, you just respawn with 250.
Mm-hmm.
So, but one other issue I've got is the PvP area.
I haven't even tried those. I've explored them, but I'm not ready for that just yet. My character builds aren't up to par yet.
Well, by character build, if you're meaning, playing on PC with mods, then yeah, you're probably not there. Because I kid you not, dude. My wife and I were in the area a couple of nights ago, and no shit, this guy comes up, just one shot, boom, kills both of us.
Oh wow!
And he was like 20 levels below me.
What?
And I'm sitting back going, how the fuck did he do that with a barbarian? And I've got a barbarian dude that's level 90. And my barbarian's not that badass. And this guy just runs up, he had himself marked, and he took out both of us with one hit.
Shit.
And the bad part, he was going around the map and doing that to everybody in the area. Because down at the bottom it shows the names of who dies in the area, right?
Yeah.
This dude, man, he was just running through. He was like fucking Jimmy Hoffa or some shit. He was taking out everything and everybody and just disappearing. And he just rolling right through people. And then you'll get guys that team up.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have like 3 or 4 of them together, and obviously they're in a party chat.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice they're all playing on PC. They'll jump in and just take everybody out and take all their shit and go on their merry way.
Mm.
So, yeah, it's just it's annoying.
Well, patch
really is.
comes Tuesday. I don't think it'll do anything as far as the PvP stuff, but I don't know. Hopefully they fix some of the stuff, but looking at the patch notes, it looks like it's going to probably take until next season for people to possibly either stay interested or, like you said earlier, with Starfield coming out around that next season or just before the next season, we'll see if there's anything left to Diablo, because I plan on stealing sandwiches and stealing ships and creating my own armada with space pirates basically. So we'll see how that goes.
And I told you my shit's gonna be called the Elvis Vibrator 4.0. Everybody thinks I'm joking. That's what I'm gonna name it. It's a namesake. Gotta name it that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna build another one called the Fork. One called the Husk. So I've got to do it. But on that note, let's see. I think we have a few things maybe we could talk about tonight. That
Cool.
would be one of them. All right. So if you guys have paid attention, I need to change that, don't I, to X, I guess. What is X offended about? But nah. Everybody is all up in arms about this new so-called PS5 refresh.
Mm-hmm.
The PS5 Pro. Number one, I'm here to tell you on good info, it will be running a 5030. They have not been created yet. That's because they're being made for the PlayStation 5 only. And I had that on great authority. It will come out with that. It will do 12K.
No way.
Every bit of 12K. And it will produce internet speeds up to 350, gigabytes?
Wow.
Nice. Holy smokes.
So there you go. And it'll also have like 284 teraflops or some shit.
Now, will it be able to cure cancer and cuddle puppies?
It will be able to do that, and it's solar powered, which will make Greta Thunberg very happy. So that's what I'm hearing. What are your guys' thoughts on this whole PS5 Pro thing? Go ahead, Peniac. I know you got some thoughts, dude.
I mean, if that's what they're coming out with next year, I mean, sure, whatever. I'll buy one. Like, why not? I can still sell one of these ones for a decent amount of money and, not be that much out of pocket. But just whatever, man. Like, what's it going to change? I don't know.
Really? You're not really put much thought into this, have you?
I was on vacation all week. Can't be thinking about PS5 Pros all the time.
But some people do. That's the catch.
I know. No, I mean, what can I say, really? Am I going to get mad? No. Am I happy? I don't know. Sure. I'm very excited about this, obviously.
Yeah, we can tell you can't control that enthusiasm.
You can hear it in my voice.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely coming across in your voice. You're sounding like my 8th grade teacher, Miss Hall.
But now that I actually have a good TV on my primary gaming space, I mean, I'll be.
Is it a TCL?
No.
Okay, good.
No, I have an LG C2.
That's not much better, but okay.
No, if it comes out, I'll get it. I'm sure a lot of people, if they release that, I don't know if it's necessarily called a slim, But if they release that one that is digital with the drive that you can just plug into it, which is apparently coming, some people think that's soonish, right? With the stealth changes to the disc version being called the standard console now instead of just the PS5 disc, and the price cut. Maybe that's just a sale. I don't know, but yeah. So new SKUs, fun. I'll keep mine for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Fuzzy, what are your thoughts?
I don't know. Like, my biggest thing is I don't feel we've gotten to the point where the regular PS5 has been pushed to its limits. Like when they did the whole PS4 Pro last gen or the mid-gen refreshes, there was somewhat of a noticeable difference. It went from like, okay on 1080p to now if you have a 4K TV, you're going to get everything up-res and HDR and all that good stuff. And it's like, are we going to get a guaranteed 60 frames? Because that's kind of what we thought we were going to get with these next gen anyway. But now we have to upgrade to the PS5 Pro to get the 60 frames or whatever the case may be. I don't know. It just, I guess I'll wait until.
Then once you get to that one, you'll need the PS6 to get the 60 frames.
Yeah,
because C6 is in front of 60. You see what I'm getting at? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like they're trying to do this mobile phone kind of craze where it's like, oh yeah, this is the latest and greatest and get it, and then it's obsolete the next day because the next one is already in the works for
it comes with a great new selfie camera.
Yeah. I don't know. I think depending on what the benefits are going to be, I will possibly get one, but it's not that likely. Like for me, they're going to have to, like, perfect example, I play a lot of GT7. So if they tell me, oh, this will be able to do ray tracing on track, I might get it, but that's only helping me for one game. What else? What other game is it going to do? Is it going to do full 60 with full ray tracing?
What I would like to know is if, like, I would like to see GT7 somehow theoretically be 120 with full ray tracing while racing, just to see what it even looks like, because I mean, like, how much of a difference is that going to make, really? And I played a ton of that game, believe me, and I'm just like, why do I even need ray tracing during the racing? Like, why? Half the time I'm in front and I don't see any cars anyway.
Tracing,
true.
Tracing, racing. See, it's wordplay all over again, like the 60 and 50.
No, I just want to see GT7 on PC. Like, to me, that would be the bigger get, I think, than the PS5 Pro at this point for me. I don't know. If they make it and the benefits are well worth the upcharge, sure. But knowing Sony, then it'll be a $10 upgrade fee when you upgrade your existing library. I'm like, no, if they do that crap, nah, I ain't in it. Mm-mm. You ain't getting me $10 more for when I just bought the hardware. You give me the
and
benefits.
That's what they'll do too.
Exactly. So it's like, if they pull that crap, it's probably a hard pass. I'll just wait until the PS6 and wait for my 60 frames or 60 frames at ray tracing and whatever until PS6. But it's interesting, but I'm pretty sure some people get use out of it. But we'll see what it does for the games that are currently out, or what games are in the pipeline that it makes it look even that much better than the standard PS5. So we'll see.
A benefit for me that I just kind of thought of is I would imagine that the increase in hardware will make VR2 games look better too, just by default. Because I know a friend of mine had the VR1 and he only had a base PS4, and when he went from 4 to 5, he said the changes were so noticeable. He almost couldn't believe it. So just like with much more, a bigger spec machine running it, I mean, that'll be a good benefit. So GT7 will look even better in VR2.
Yeah.
All right, got a question. I'm guessing this is the salsa. You guys think a PS5 Slim is still coming this year, considering Spider-Man 2 bundle still contains the original version? I'm going to say I don't think there is a Slim coming out this year. I really don't think so.
That's like a next holiday thing, possibly. Because good point. Like if they were going to do it with the new, like as far as the Spider-Man 2 bundle, do it with the new box. Don't use the old box unless you're clearing out hardware. But then there's an easier way to clear out the hardware. Just put the price back or do the price cuts like they've been doing, and that will sell through. But I don't know.
I'm gonna put it this way. I'm to the point this generation, I'm about ready to get rid of my Xbox and PS5 and just play everything on my PC. And I'm gonna be honest, because the simple fact, nothing we have seen yet is really even testing the hardware on either one of these consoles. So why do I need to clutter up all the rooms in my house with all these electronics when I can just play everything on my computer at this point?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of PlayStation games are going to PC now. Mm-hmm. They may be a little rough in the beginning, but they eventually get there. I saw some footage of Ratchet and Clank, which I love the game on my PS5. I played it, the day it released.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I didn't get it on PC yet. But I'm to that point, man. It's like, and everybody can sit and point fingers. Oh, well, Xbox makes all these promises, and PlayStation, and they both make all these promises, and they never come to fruition. I mean, a lot of it you never see.
Yeah.
It's almost like the government preaching to you. Oh, we're going to do this, this, and this. And then when you get your money, who are you? Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, we're about to that point with these gaming consoles. I mean, we were all told, oh, this is the most powerful console ever made. This is this ever made. And, oh, this thing will do this, 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 and this. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, dude. It's just, I've not seen anything that impressive yet from either.
Yeah.
And they're just now starting to drop the last gen.
Yep.
And we're 3 years into this now?
Mm-hmm. Almost. Yep.
Yeah, we're almost 3 years in. October, I think, will be 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. November.
We're almost 3 years in. And you're going to just tell people, oh, we might drop a refresh this year, maybe next year. Bitch, you just started making games for only this device. So what are you going to do then? You're going to drop a new console 2 years after the mid-gen?
Mm-hmm.
Because these aren't cell phones. Because cell phones, I know everybody has the argument, well, why do you buy a new cell phone every year? I don't. Personally, because I don't take a lot of selfies. I don't have friends out, dancing in parking lots. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not a teenager. I don't need a new cell phone every year that has a different phone lens, different camera lens. But these are consoles. You can only do one thing with these. A cell phone is like a computer. Yeah. So I get a lot of people, buying new cell phones every year. But a console is not a given on, every couple of years buy a new one. I mean, some people will do it. Could I afford to do it? Yeah, that's not a problem. But do I want to keep doing it? No. Because more and more of these games, to me, are becoming carbon copies of every other game that's been out. Mm-hmm. We're not really getting many new IPs anymore. And most new IPs are met with, people don't like them or people trash them. So these developers keep making the same games over and over. So why continue to buy new consoles for them?
It's almost the same thing with the movie industry as well. They go with the safe bets. They don't want to take that risk because the risk means they could be out of a job because they didn't sell enough or make enough back on what they put in. But yeah, it's so weird how they want to push the hardware, but the software is the thing that's supposed to sell the new hardware. And like you said, we haven't hit the best example I always can think of is look at GTA 5 when it was on the PS3 and the 360. when you compare it to other games that came out that generation, that being like the swan song for that console, it was amazing looking for what it was at that time. Now, of course, they Rockstar rehashed that thing like 3 and 4 times, but that was pushing that hardware, but it took until the tail end. And it's like, I don't want to wait until the tail end of whatever this generation is going to be to see that level of, detail in a world, or, AI for, oh, you can follow the AI and see what they do during their day. Not that I really want to do that, but that's the type of thing I would expect, 2 and 3 years in. Like, where's a game that has, more realistic, worlds and more lived in worlds and, better visuals. Like, things don't have to be 4K. They could be 1440 and turn up the lighting, turn up the particle effects, and it'll look good. But then again, looking over at PC, it's already got that, and you can kind of tailor your experience how you want.
I can go into my settings and change it to however I want it.
Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully we start getting these games. Like Starfield's right around the corner. Spider-Man 2's right around the corner. Hopefully these show a little bit more of what these boxes can do. I'm kind of expecting Turn 10 to kind of show what the Series X can do to some extent. Hopefully everything works out smooth on that. But the ray tracing on track, but
better.
Yeah.
I don't believe that ray tracing on track on the Xbox at all.
I believe it, but I don't. At what cost? It's going to be one of those things.
Right?
Is it going to be like 1440?
If you think this is going to run 4K 120 with full ray tracing, no. And have they even showed any Series X footage for that game yet?
They have, or what they say is running on Series X with the Forza monthlies, and it looks good. It doesn't look as good as some of the early stuff they showed, but then again, I think we're going to find out there's going to be like a 4K 60, like solid 60 that doesn't have the ray tracing, that still uses like the what do you call it? I forget what kind of reflections it is, but it's like those cube maps or whatever, like they've done on Horizon 5, and that will look gorgeous. And then the ray tracing will probably be up-res to 4K, but won't be native 4K. And I think that one may show some dips or may be locked at 60, but it won't be the same, visual fidelity type of deal. And then there'll be a 4K 120 as well, but then that one is up-res to 4K probably, and it's like baseline is 1440 or something like that. No ray tracing on track, but the ray tracing on track one I think isn't going to be as pretty as doing the 4K 60 without the ray tracing. Like it'll look nice. It's just that it may not look as nice. But we'll see.
I just need that game to be good.
Yeah,
I'm in a fantasy critic league, and it was my second round draft pick, so it better be good. Are you going to play it? I don't know. Just be good.
Yeah.
I got another question here. Let's see. Sean, you guys going to talk about the Series S holding back the Xbox release of Baldur's Gate? I understand it's close to release of Starfield, but I love RPGs. Well, Sean, I appreciate the question, but you're taking us as people that actually know what we're talking about. I'll be the first to tell you, I don't know anything about the infrastructure of that console. I know it's weaker than the Series X. That's about it. That's about as far as I get with it. Do you guys have any suggestions?
Well, I mean, Larian they come out and said they're having issues making the Xbox version because
split screen co-op.
Split screen, yeah.
Because they have to do the X, which obviously can handle it, and the S is a weaker machine. This is not a fanboy thing; it is. And they just said they're having issues getting it to where that needs to be before they say a release date. So I mean, if that means it's holding back, then sure. But
I'm gonna be honest though, I got another thought on this one. I don't think they really cared about Baldur's Gate because, believe it or not, this game's been out for a while in beta.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, early access. Since when?
Oh yeah,
January
3 years now.
3 years. Really?
About 3 years ago, dude. Yeah, it came out on Stadia.
Shit.
Yeah, it was on Stadia. Take it from the guy that bought Stadia.
Stadia? Oh my god.
Yep, because it was supposed to be a Stadia exclusive. Am I wrong?
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. Is
Wow.
but see, my thing is I'm over the entire I can't do that combat system anymore. I just can't do it. The turn base, just not for
Yeah.
me anymore. I've had my share of that, but the one thing that really pumped up Baldur's Gate, other than people that really do like RPGs, is the fact that some people are championing this game because they're saying it's a PlayStation exclusive. I've been seeing that all week, and this game hasn't even made it to the PlayStation yet. It comes out next month.
Yeah.
So I'm not really understanding, but people have to have something to trash and to, try to find that one up on somebody else on Twitter or
Mhm.
on YouTube. But I think that's one of the things that really drove this game to popularity. I've seen video of it. It looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, it really does. If you're into turn based, that's awesome. I don't think Xbox cared because the new Starfield was coming out.
Yeah.
And I think they wanted people to play their games. I really, really don't think Xbox cared at all about Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Saw
I mean,
today it
they
hit over 800,000 concurrent players on
Oh, yeah.
Steam, which
Yeah.
is nuts. Like,
Well, I
holy-
mean, the Sex Doll Simulator came out today on Steam too. It's probably got a pretty good following.
No, but it's one of those things where, to my understanding, the split screen co-op was the holdback. I mean, they canceled split screen co-op for Halo Infinite, so they're
they don't have split screen on Steam Deck for Baldur's Gate either.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and that's one of those features where Xbox could have been like, yeah, you can turn it off, but they want the parity between the Series X and Series S, so that's kind of like that speed bump at that point. But I don't know. I don't know how many people are going to be playing the split screen co-op on a Series S or a Series X, but it's
and that's
probably-
couch split screen, right?
Yeah.
Or is it like nobody's?
I mean,
playing
you could
that.
do multiplayer on the PC that way, but
Yeah.
this was more so the couch co-op kind of split screen deal.
Nobody couch co-ops anymore.
See, I gotta agree with Kenny
I'm
on
sure
that
6
one,
people
dude.
do, but I mean, let's be real.
There's probably a handful of people that still do couch co-op, but I can't think of many.
Look, I
I
love
mean-
playing Shredder's Revenge with my kids for the few times that they were excited to play it. But I mean, come on.
Yeah, things like
let's be
Battletoads,
honest, dude.
Shredder's Revenge, things like that are good for couch co-op. It would have been nice to have multiplayer co-op for things like Cuphead, although they only had the couch co-op, which was fine. But like this game not coming to Xbox the same day that since the release date on PlayStation is the same day as Starfield, I think is a good thing, at least from the Xbox console standpoint of things, because who would want to have, like, this is the biggest game to Xbox in a while, so it would just kind of bury that Baldur's Gate game. And like if you're an Xbox fan, chances are if you're really into Baldur's Gate, you probably already bought it on PC. Not gonna lie, like there's a lot of people I know
or you're waiting for it on your PS5.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where the 800,000 people playing concurrently is awesome. I'm pretty sure there's still people that bought it that haven't even played it yet. So that their sales are probably in the million, maybe even a 2 million mark at this point. But I think the big thing now is you're seeing the true enthusiasts for this type of game are the ones that have gone out and bought it. We'll see how well it does when it hits PlayStation and when it hits Xbox. But I think it's starting to get that, word of mouth and that attention, kind of like the way Elden Ring did for a bit, where it's like, oh, you're playing what game? I've never played one of those games, or I've played those. I haven't tried them in a while. Yeah, sure. Let me try this. That FOMO starts hitting a few people, and they hop on, and then it's like they find out, hey, yeah, this game is really good, or hey, this game is good, but not for me, because like with Wilmy, I'm not much into turn-based combat either. So for me, this is a game where I could get it on PC, but I didn't want to rush through a game just before Starfield, knowing that I'm going to probably never touch it again when Starfield comes out, type of thing. So this one I can wait till it comes to console, get my playthrough with Starfield, hopefully in time for Forza, fall into Forza heavily, and then Baldur's Gate will be on the the rotation coming soon for me at that point, or play later kind of thing, whether it's on Xbox or PC. And considering the mods out there for it, it might wind up being PC anyway. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by it. I haven't watched a lot of gameplay or anything like that, but I do know it's turn-based. And turn-based is, I mean, it depends. Like last year I played Yakuza Like a Dragon, and that was amazing. That's turn-based. But yeah, I don't want to get involved in a big time sink because I want to be ready for a Spider-Man, obviously. And I know that's a month and a half away from when Baldur's Gate comes out, but yeah, who knows? Maybe a month from now, the FOMO will hit too hard and I'll be playing it. I don't know. We'll see.
I've gotten tired of FOMO. I don't allow it in my house anymore.
I shouldn't because goddamn Deathloop. Bought that.
Oh, dude,
Oops.
I can't tell you how many games. That's only Deathloop was one of many.
I'll be honest,
I mean-
I do not. That's probably the only game I regret buying that I can think of.
Alex, you never got talked into buying that Robin Hood game?
No, because it looked terrible.
Oh my god! And then I got talked into buying. Oh shit! What was it? Outriders. Yeah, we even had a podcast for that game. Needless to say, I wasn't on it. I didn't feel too great about it to begin with. Got talked into buying that one on release. We tried to play it together. We stayed in a game for 30 seconds together, and after that, it kept kicking everybody out. Even 2 months later. So yeah, the FOMO thing, dude, it just, I don't know. It with the way, and I say this all the time, a lot of games are releasing in a really bad state. I don't care who's making them. They're coming out terrible. There's very few games that don't have issues on release.
Yeah.
We're almost 2 months, no, a month, 2 months into Diablo. That game still has side missions that you can't complete.
Yep.
They keep patching it. Their idea of patching is, hey, let's take away some powers and some badassery from all your characters. Let's dumb them down where you're shooting peas at everybody on the map. But they don't fix what's really needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
But no, nobody talked me into buying that one because I don't even know anything about the Lord of the Rings. But it's just
the
that
Gollum
point.
game. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody talked me into buying that one, trust me. But there's just a lot of games, man, that just released and they're in terrible state. And I don't know. I'm getting to the point. I love my games. I really do. But I've got so many I've not even played yet. And so many I need to go back to. I'm just to that point that I don't want to buy anything else right now until I get to some of these other games.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't buy a ton of games just because I'm really picky. But I could probably not buy a game for the next 3 years and I would be able to play something every day.
Dude, I could not buy another game until the day they put me in the ground. My Steam library alone is over 1,200 games. So I've got games that I've never even hit the start screen on. And damn you, Gabe Newell.
You go to buy a game, you're like, shit, I already own that? Damn, I didn't know that.
Steam.
Yeah,
Steam
like-
oh, this is nice. Oh, that looks cool. Like $5.
Yeah, dude, or that
Exactly.
Humble Bundle.
Yeah.
They had that huge one where they had the Legacy of Kain and all those games on it. It was like $40 for 20-some 30 games.
Yeah.
You got all the Legacy of Kain games and a bunch of other good games. And I was like, yeah, let's buy all those. Yeah, I'm going to play those. How many times I played them? None. Let's see. What was the other one? Oh, my God. All the Fear games.
Yeah.
I love Fear. But now I can't lie. I did play Fear. I had to play Fear. But all these other games I bought, there's a lot of them I have not played. And I've got games, dude, that would make Freddy Krueger have nightmares. And I've started playing them, got sidetracked with something else, and never launched them again.
Yeah.
I actually have a 8 terabyte hard drive connected to my Origin PC. That's nothing but games from Steam.
Mm-hmm.
8 terabytes.
And I'm not even, I'm not even going to
Oh,
talk about the
God.
games I've got on freaking Epic. So, and I've still got plenty on my PlayStation 5 and my Xbox I haven't played.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last Assassin's Creed game that came out. I bought it, bought the gold edition or whatever the fuck it's called. You know how many times I played it? None. haven't even booted it up on my system yet.
Yeah.
I've got the bunker that came out last month.
Mhm.
Amnesia.
I haven't
yeah.
touched it. I've got the brand new the remade Layers of Fear in UE5.
Mm.
Haven't touched it. And that's just from recently.
You
Yeah, that's
need to
just 2 games
uninstall
this month.
Diablo.
I
Uninstall it,
think I do.
so it's just not there.
I think I do, dude. But
Then you're like, fuck it, I have fast enough internet, and you re-download it, and you
yeah, probably. But there's just so many games that I haven't even got a chance to play yet.
Yeah. Like I
But-
finally touched Street Fighter 6 the other day. Like I bought it at the same time I bought Diablo, and I've been playing so much of Diablo, and then the other rotation of games, like I still play The Division. I don't know why, but I still play it. Still play Forza Horizon, still play GT7. There's a couple other games, and then on PC I mainly do like BNG Drive and then Undisputed. And I like 2 days ago, it's been sitting on the hard drive for at least a month, if not a month and a half now. I finally, started up Street Fighter 6. I'm like, oh yeah, this is pretty cool. It's like the title screen, not the title screen, but like the versus screen looks a little weird. The character kind of looks claymation-y like, but the colors and all that, it's kind of cool. It's almost like Unbound and fighting thing, or Need for Speed Unbound, I should say. But yeah, this year alone, I think has been a avalanche of games, and it's like I've had to kind of slow my roll because there's a ton of games that I really wanted to get, and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to even get a chance to touch it. Like, what was it? The Dead Island 2. That's one that I was like,
oh, I
I'm
love
gonna
that game.
buy it, and then I'm like, you know what, I probably won't get to play because I forget what was it. Hogwarts was still in my rotation at that point, so it's like. I'm not going to get to this game just yet. I'll wait until it's like a Christmas sale. It's $20, $30. I'll pick it up, probably play it for a couple of days, or get hooked and play it for a couple of months. Either
that
way,
$20 sweet spot is that's the spot. You see something for $19.99, you're like, that's the ticket right there.
No, see, I played the hell out of Dead Island 2, but the bad part is, by the time the DLC rolls around, I won't never go back and play it.
Yeah.
And I'm getting to the point where I'm not buying games with the gold edition anymore.
Yeah.
Because I've learned if I beat a game once the DLC drops, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Because I'm already into playing something else at that point, and chances of me going back to play that game are pretty much slim to none.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I hear you too. Like I won't like. It's like, oh, the season passes. It's like I don't even know if I'll be playing this in 3 weeks, let alone 5 months later when this is.
And I've done that with so many games over the years.
Every Ubisoft game I've done that with, except for Far Cry 6. Far Cry 6 is when I realized that same thing, like you said. By the time the DLC comes out, I've moved on. Now I haven't finished Far Cry 6, but that's the only one.
But dude, Far Cry 6 was
premium
so good.
or platinum edition or whatever with all the DLC. It's like, man, like you said, what was it? Assassin's Creed Valhalla got the platinum edition or whatever the gold edition was, and then they took part of that DLC and then sold it as a separate game. I was like, what the like that?
I've done that with every Ubisoft game, just like you said. I buy the DLC, everything in one package, and like this last one, I still haven't even played it to even play the main game, so it doesn't even matter at this point. And like Call of Duty, I'm the world's worst for buying the most expensive version of Call of Duty. And I'll play it for 2 to 3 months, and I'll play it hard. You know, I will prestige multiple times. But then one day I'll switch to playing something different, and that's the end of soap. I won't go back. I won't go back to it. And if I do, it's a very rare occasion. Like the last one that came out last year, I think I made it to my 5th prestige. Because don't let the old man fool you. I can still play. I can still hang in there with the best of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I got tired of it, went to play something else, and I've not gone back. Matter of fact, I just got tired of looking at it, all the updates on it. Seemed like every time I turned my Xbox or PlayStation 5 on, because I had it on both, it was doing some type of an update, and I deleted it because I got tired of all the damn updates.
Mm-hmm.
Plus,
yes,
you know, it's also
I did buy it
250
on
gigs too, right?
I did buy it on PlayStation 5 and on the Series X. So yeah, I bought it on both.
Mm-hmm.
Now
And
I
deleted it on both.
for that game. Is it cross progression? Like, does your stuff carry over between the two? Like, I know some games are doing that.
Yeah,
like,
it does.
Perfect.
Yeah,
So
it does.
I'll have to remember that.
The only thing it didn't carry over is like if you had something for the PS5 version, you didn't get the same exact thing for the Xbox because it wasn't made for the Xbox.
Right.
At least not then it wasn't. Although that's getting ready to change. We all know that. But yeah, I mean, I'm the world's worst for doing it. And Call of Duty is definitely one of those games. Like the one that comes out this year, I'm pretty sure that I will do the same thing.
Oh yeah. Same here.
And I will run around and just shoot people in the face like crazy. And then one day I'll get irritated with it and I'll sit it down and I'll be like, yep, let's go play Diablo again. Or let's go back to Starfield. I'll go right back to something else.
Yeah.
I am the worst for doing that crap. So I've been trying to step away from it, not do that so much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying. It's a process though. It really is.
You got to find that one shooter that just always has its hooks in you. For me, it was, well, there were two for a little bit, although I haven't gone back to Insurgency in a while, but Division 2 is still that one because of that looter shooter aspect. It covers the shooting and the looter shooter stuff. So even as ignored as Ubisoft leaves that one, I find myself always going back to it, even if it's just for like a clothing event or, you know, one of those special events where it's like, oh, you shoot them in the head and their head explodes like a green blob or something like that. I always wind up going back to that thing. But Insurgency was another one, but I didn't do the PvP. I mainly did the co-op because it's always funny. You'll either have a squad that communicates and it's like everybody's watching everybody's back. They got their sectors, you know, covered. Somebody's covering the door. This guy's covering the window, and everybody makes it to the end. Maybe we get one or two deaths in the entire match, but you know, you have that group, and then you have the group where everybody that's normally playing Call of Duty and has never done a tactical shooter, and they're always standing in the door, and then the enemy's covered. It's like, all right, I got to find a way to hide and kind of, you know, clutch this one, and hopefully I don't die from a grenade or one of the suicide bombers. And yeah, all right, so when we get to the next spot, just tell everybody, like, this isn't Call of Duty. Stop standing in the doorway because you're blocking my line of fire, and the suicide bombers are going to kill you first. So, but the Insurgency was one of those for a while, but I got to go back to it at some point. But they're talking about a PS or this gen upgrade that's going to, you know, you're going to lose your progression. Already bought it on PC, but I played the IMCS or ISMC mods and things like that. But we need more tactical shooters out there. That's for sure.
I don't mind the good tactical shooter. I enjoy them actually, as long as you don't get that one. There's always that one kid. He's like 9 years old, maybe 12, and he's trying to rap. And you know, he's got some type of weird ass music playing in the background, and he's trying to rap with it. His mom's yelling at him in the background. You know, you hear his little brother going, "It's my turn," and he's always trying to give you commands.
Yeah,
and it's just like, oh my god, shut up, kid! I'm ex-military. Just shut up. Just shut up. I don't want you on my 7. Okay, because there's no such thing as being on your 7. It's just, oh my god, dude. It like we joke about it before, like Mag. I love the game Mag on the PS3, but you always had those guys that thought they were like staff sergeants all of a sudden, Oh my god, dude! Are they were platoon leaders?
Mhm.
All
You
right,
gotta go
boys,
down
we're
that
gonna go over
field
here.
and
We're
cover
gonna
that second
flank.
play. Wait, what?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like you can't even spell flank, fucker. Shut up. Or like Guardian said, he's the one sleeping with your mom. Yeah, I've heard that one too. I had a kid. Hey man, how's your mom? I slept with her last night. I'm like, really? Did you put her back in the ground when you were done? But he kind of got freaked out on me on that one.
Mhm.
But it's just I don't know, dude. I can't. I stay in a party chat. I will not go into a public chat anymore.
Yeah.
Just because I've tried that with Call of Duty, and every time it's the same. Thank God they give you that option to mute the entire lobby,
Mhm.
because if not, you know you've got them. They've got the
Mhm.
radio blasting into their headset.
Mhm.
You know, their parents are screaming at them. Or I kid you not, and I felt bad for the dude. He was a dad. I could hear
Mhm.
his baby crying,
Mhm.
but also being a father, I'm sitting back going, turn the game off, dude. Pay attention to your kid.
Yeah.
You know, the baby is bawling. And I'm like, okay, that kid either needs a diaper or it needs a bottle. Get your
Mhm.
ass off Call of Duty and give that kid one of the two or both. But yeah, it just, I don't know, dude. I can't do public chat anymore.
Yeah.
It
There's
just
always
annoys
a
me so
guy
bad.
who's eating the crunchiest thing
Yes.
imaginable
Sun
with his
chips.
mic
Yeah,
as loud
exactly.
as
Like,
possible.
it's either nachos, sun chips, or pretzels. Like, what are you doing?
No shit. Or you get that one that's on a cell phone with his buddy and don't realize he's not muted. You know, I've heard that one too. It just, I don't know. But it's just, but now Xbox has got that new thing where you can report people.
Mhm.
You play clips for them or some shit.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
So, yeah, you got to be careful with what you say now.
Yeah. A lot of them are doing that now. I guess it's part of the regulatory stuff that they have to be mindful for the protection of the kids. It's like, why is a kid on a game rated mature anyway? But
Mhm.
Well, we say that, but you know, a friend of mine actually, well, I've got a couple of friends of mine that manage GameStop stores.
Mhm.
And I was in there one afternoon just talking to Eric. I bought something, I don't even remember what it was. And this lady comes in, walks over and buys Grand Theft Auto for her grandson. And Eric is looking at this lady. She had no idea what Grand Theft Auto was. And this little kid's got a smile from one ear to the other because he think, you know, he's knowing grandma's getting him Call of Duty. And Eric just kind of looks at her and goes, "Ma'am, are you aware of what's in this game?" And she goes, "Well, it's got animals and stuff in it, doesn't it?" And Eric's like, "Oh boy." So yeah, it's just like, you know, the kid had grandma snowed, so he was getting Call of Duty, and Eric just kind of ruined it for him. So
And either that or you have the parents who walk in and they don't give a rat's ass about what the game is just because their kid wants it.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like-
exactly.
The game will
And
be
like-
a babysitter.
Yeah.
And like I actually saw a woman in there one time. She was mad because she bought an Xbox game and it wasn't playing her son's Wii.
Yeah.
And he used to tell me stories about people, and I used to think he was joking. But no, I mean, he was dead serious, dude. And that's the scary part. Back says, "Can I get an adult only matchmaking?" That'd be great.
Yeah.
And Distracted says, "Sometimes kids try to be slick." Oh, dude, they're slick a lot more than what you think. He had grandma snowed big time. She was getting GTA 5 for him until Eric stepped up and said, you know, because Eric's like, "I know grandma's not playing this shit." So, but all right, Gamescom. That's the one's coming up, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
So,
When? Let's find out.
yep, I don't remember the exact dates.
It's like
So,
late August.
Xbox is coming out with all types of stuff supposedly at this show, right?
Mhm.
And people are upset because I don't even know if this is true. is there not supposed to be a playable demo of Starfield? Is that legit or is that just
To my
Yeah.
understanding, they have a theater experience, so it's going to be like another
Okay.
trailer.
gotcha?
But
Okay.
they have like, to my understanding, they have 150 like stations, and they're going to have like 30 games. So you figure, what, 5 stations per game kind of thing. And considering how many people are going to be in line, like the most you'd be able to do on a Starfield demo is what, like the character creator or maybe the ship creator or something. So
You get to the menu screen and you're like, okay, next.
yeah,
And I don't think PlayStation's going at all, are they?
nope.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
no PlayStation presence, but you know, they don't need to go to Gamescom or E3 or any showcase. They are their own showcase.
yeah.
They should make a good one then.
Oh,
Next
and that's
time.
coming from the pony on the panel. Yikes. But I do have to agree that last showcase was
Yeah.
that was rough, man.
You know, call it an
Ooh.
extended state of play, and there'd be no backlash for that show.
If you just call it a gaming showcase and don't put PlayStation's name on it, it'd probably gotten a lot better received. But a couple of years with PlayStation not doing a showcase, I think that was where it kind of burned some people. Like for me, I was fine with Marathon. Marathon looked cool. Starship Trooper game, whatever that was it Helldivers 2 or something?
Helldivers 2.
That looked like it's fun. The Payday game, I was expecting something different from Haven, but you know, it is what it is. They're
I
going
expected
for
it to
that.
look better.
Yeah. And then the Jiggly Burger game. I really wish they would have showed exactly what it is. I guess it's a shooter. Maybe it's a fast food delivery in space kind of thing. I don't know, but you know.
Fast food delivery in space. There you go. There's your new job in Starfield, folks.
Steal them sandwiches and then deliver them.
I'm the Domino's man. Really? Where are you from? Uranus. But yeah, I was curious. I know they're supposed to be bringing all these games, but they're the only ones showing up, I think. And they said they're going to have multiple hours.
So it's August 23rd to 27th. I checked.
So it's only a few weeks away.
Yeah.
And people are already predicting they're going to bring all this hidden stuff. I don't think there's going to be anything new. I really don't. I'll be shocked if there is. But I don't
I'm
think
kind of hoping for one new thing just because of the location where they're at.
I'll watch Jeff's show that he does for Gamescom, but other than that, it's like whatever.
Well, the one thing I'm hoping is
he's hard to handle.
Since they're in Germany, and I don't know if you remember Mikey Bauer's post like many years ago about remember this guy, and there was a statue of like the guy from Rise, Son of Rome. Maybe there's a Rise too, and we've always heard like rumors in the background, although I have no idea how true or how far-fetched they are, but you know, maybe a Rise 2 gets announced. It'd be kind of cool considering.
I don't know, man. I don't think we're going to see that one. I really don't. I think you got a better chance of getting a new Battlefield Bad Company.
Yeah. True.
Or a new Half-Life.
No.
How long has that been going now?
It as long, if not longer, than Agent from Rockstar.
That's another one. Yeah, I remember Agent. I remember that very well because that was announced on the PS3.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought. Yeah, on the PS3. Wow, that game really popped up, didn't it?
Maybe Rockstar will make that if Grand Theft Auto 6 tanks. They got to do something after that.
Rockstar used to actually release games. Now it's like a waiting game. And the bad part, if you follow me on social media, I'm not a fan of Rockstar to begin with. I think they're massively overrated. And that gets a lot of hate, and I really don't care. I got tired of Grand Theft Auto.
A lot of people seem to think the Red Dead Remastered is going to be announced soonish.
And see, that's another game.
Which I
tried
don't
Red
give a
Dead
shit about it.
Redemption.
Yeah, I played that too. I got like 18% done. I was like, if I wanted to play Grand Theft Auto with horses, I'll just go play Grand Theft Auto.
Thank
with
you.
cars.
That's exactly what it is, dude. and my son talked me into buying Red Dead 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought it. I sit down, and after like an hour of traveling through snow and shit on a mountain, I'm like, oh, fuck this game. I was just over it. I was like, if your game puts me to sleep, I don't want to play it.
Yeah, I didn't even.
But
you're just supposed to play it longer to get to the good parts.
But it's like Viniac just said, it's basically GTA with a horse.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what it is.
And the thing that kind of boggles my mind, they didn't plan out the online. Like, I would think, now this is just me being, I guess, a knucklehead when it comes to games, but why can't you create your own brothel or your own saloon on the online? Like, to me, that would be easy.
Because pimping ain't easy, dude.
make it where it's like, okay, we got shark cards in GTA, have like gold bars or whatever for Red Dead Online. Have it so I can create a brothel or a saloon, or have my own bank that I could skim off the top, and have a protection squad protect it so other players don't rob it.
Well, it was the West, so you really need a funeral home.
Yeah, that too.
That'd be a good business there.
Like, oh, we got a standoff at 3 and the funeral home opens at 4.
Exactly. Well, see, I think motherfuckers are crazy back then in the days anyway.
Yeah.
Because history ruined all that shit anyway.
Yeah.
Because believe it or not, all the cowboys weren't white dudes with blonde hair and blue eyes.
True.
I know that sounds crazy. But yeah, they weren't your typical cowboy. But yeah, I couldn't get into it, man. I even played the first one. It just did not thrill me. And GTA, I bought GTA 5 when it came out on the 360.
Mm-hmm.
And I played it a few hours. I played with some friends of mine a little bit online, and just I got bored with the story because I'm like, this is the same old shit over and over and over. Just different characters,
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just didn't hold my attention anymore.
No,
that was me too. I only played it for like a couple of hours too, back on like PS3, and it's just like whatever.
Yeah,
but I did buy the upgrade because it was only like I think it was like $13 or something like that when it came out last year or 2 years ago, and whenever the hell it came out.
And I played the original Grand Theft Auto
in my backlog. Oh, the top down one. Yeah.
Yeah, the top down one where if you took a vehicle, the suspect is headed to South Jersey. They're headed to New Jersey. They were scared to say New Jersey apparently in the game, so they called it New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I played the original. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just couldn't do it anymore.
Nah,
it just got to me.
The big thing on GTA these days is the simulation stuff. Like, and I know some simulation games do well, like the Euro Truck Driver and stuff like that, or a railroad conductor thing. But there's a lot of people that play as like the LSPD online kind of thing. So they do the role play of that, or they'll do the role play of the delivery, or role play for like a motorcycle gang. So it's like, from a PC with mods standpoint, there's a lot more to GTA as far as like you can kind of make it into whatever game you want at this point. But as far as the story, I finished the story on my PS3 and on my PS4. I can't bring myself to finish it on PC or my Xbox. It's like I've already done that story twice. I don't need to do it again. I'm not going to get the 100%. Like, I screwed up my save on my PS3 with the 100%, but
oh no.
But yeah, I enjoy the PC for the mods just because, like, the Real Vision mod and then having it where it's like, okay, I'm just gonna race around the entire map on my motorcycle and have that speed boost thing, so that way you can go faster than the 150 mile an hour max speed limit on the game and stuff like that, and have fun that way. So it's like for me, instead of it being what it was meant to be, it's more of like a, oh, I'll just go, countryside motorcycling kind of thing, or paragliding or something, completely opposite of what Grand Theft Auto is supposed to be.
Makes sense. I've still got the original. Oh god, what was it? Liberty City
Mm-hmm.
that had the mod, the hot coffee mod.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because you can't take it to GameStop and trade it in. And I wasn't aware of that.
Mm.
I was not aware they would not accept it because of that being in the game.
Well, the funny thing now is, you would think in this day and age, something like that, it could fly in a game considering a mature, rating, especially when you have like Baldur's Gate with bear sex.
Oh,
So,
yeah. I mean, that still disturbs the fuck out of me.
It's a druid, okay?
Whoever came up with that idea watched Super Troopers. Excuse me, Mr. Bear Fucker.
yep.
Because you know that's where they got that shit from.
Yep.
I don't care if you're a druid or not. I don't want to watch you fucking a bear. I'm sorry.
No, the bear is the druid.
I don't. That makes it even worse.
Doesn't make it better.
Because I
That's
mean, I'm
actually
not a bear specialist, but I'm willing to believe that a bear penis is probably a lot longer than a regular man's penis. I mean, I may be wrong, but
It's a safe bet to make.
I mean, yeah, exactly. I've been to a lot of different countries and I've seen some pretty weird porn when I was younger. And, in one place I was, and I'm not going to say where, there was they would watch some pretty weird shit, the soldiers there.
Yeah.
And, I got the feeling that bear thing would probably be, ooh. I definitely would not want to be on the receiving end.
I will just say for the record, I did not have bear dicks on my bingo card for tonight. But here we are. Here we
Yeah,
are.
no shit. It wasn't on mine either.
You're welcome, YouTube watcher. You're welcome.
Well, I mean, hey, we really haven't gone off the rails yet. But yeah, dude, it just the whole game, and I was it In Exile or Exile put out that thing on Twitter showing the character with a penis like literally dragging on the floor.
Yeah.
That was so funny. But I don't know, man. It's weird to me that somebody, because I actually seen I don't remember what journalist site it was saying that's the reason the game sold. And I'm sorry, if you paid I think this game's $80 on PS5. If you're paying $80 to watch a bear get his rocks off, you need fucking therapy. You need to call a doctor. Chances are you're going to be licking windows within the next year. And somebody is going to, really take advantage of you later in life because you've got some major issues. You should definitely see therapy.
I'm just wondering if they have like a trophy system similar to like what they had on.
Oh my God.
It's like, oh, you were looking up the skirt. No, I wasn't. It'd be like, oh, you were watching a bear get it on.
Could you imagine that though, dude? If that was a trophy on your PlayStation, I had sex with a bear trophy. and some poor guy has that set up on there, to automatically go over to Twitter, true trophies, and show a clip. Because I've got some people on my timeline, every time they get a trophy on their PlayStation,
Uploads the video clip.
Yeah, it uploads a video clip to Twitter. And I can just imagine seeing that, early in the morning, you're having your coffee, you're scrolling Twitter, and you're like, oh my God. Samantha just took a bear. Okay. Yeah.
Good job, Samantha.
Guardian, Grinning Barrett. Yeah, that'd definitely be Grinning Barrett. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know, man. The whole concept, I don't know why that was needed, but hey, more power to you if that's what you're into. That's all I got to say.
Role playing. Sure is.
That's definitely a role.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, buddy, that's a roll, all right. Oh shit, yeah, just
Mm.
okay. It's getting away from the bear penis. What's the next topic? What do y'all want to talk about? Because there wasn't much this week anyway.
Huh. Yeah, there really wasn't much. I think we got it covered on the demo aspect of Starfield. I I don't know why people were so worried about it. It's like just
It wasn't people that were going to play it anyway.
exactly.
I mean, would it be cool if they had some 6-minute vertical slice from a mission that's 3 hours into the game and you just jump in and do it? Sure, but why is this an issue? Again, yeah, like so there's no demo, like
Yeah.
big deal.
And I'm so tired of seeing people comparing Superman 2 to Starfield. That gets old. Because I am a firm believer these people that do this shit all day have no life.
Yeah.
They wake up at 6 a.m. Now, I rephrase that. They wake up at noon because they don't have a job. They wake up by themselves with their cat, right? Because they don't have a significant other. They wake up, they go in the kitchen. Mommy's making them a bowl of oatmeal. They drink their oatmeal, their orange juice, go in the bathroom, brush their teeth, and just realize what a mistake it is to brush your teeth right after having orange juice. And they grab Twitter and just find a way to start.
Yeah.
And they live for that shit until they fall asleep that night watching something entertaining like, oh, I don't know, the Golden Girls. Fuck it. They fall asleep watching the Golden Girls.
Mhm.
And then they wake up and start it all over again the next day.
Yeah.
I
They
don't
forget what
understand.
they forget gaming was supposed to be about fun or just enjoying yourself. I don't know.
That's to a lot of us, that's what it is. But you get those out there and that are on YouTube and on social media that's all they do is trash each other. And then you get these weird little idiots that share everything and complain about it. They're like, well, if you're going to follow them, that's what you're asking for, dumbass. And if you're going to complain about it, why are you sharing so everybody else has to deal with it? But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I think as a species, we're fucked anyway. And if you don't think we are, just look at your timeline later.
Yeah.
Then you'll know we are. We're so screwed. That's why aliens lock their windows when they fly by.
You ever see the movie Idiocracy?
Yes.
We're probably about 10 years away from tall buildings being held together by rubber bands.
I would not doubt that.
And renaming imprints at the hospital, and yeah, it's kind of like Idiocracy to some extent, but I don't know. I blame social media, but then again, it's like I'm part of the problem as well because I'm on social media looking at it. It's like it's almost like that train wreck. It's like, oh, you can't look away, kind of thing.
Is it really social media, or is just social media allows you to see what these people are really like?
True. Yeah.
It's like we all knew everybody was stupid, but now everybody can see that everybody is stupid.
Well, and I give you a good way to look at it. In my town, and I'm sure this goes for a lot of other people too, and there's one thing that annoys me more than anything in the world, and that is a grown man that will hurt a small child.
Yeah.
Every week, there's at least 4 or 5 stories in my local news about a grown-ass man hurting a small kid.
Mm-hmm.
It's every week. And the thing is, me and my father-in-law were talking one day, and he goes, yeah, people have gotten crazy now, blah, blah, blah. And you see it everywhere. I'm like, are you really seeing it everywhere now? Or was it always that way, but you just didn't hear about it as often?
Yeah.
Because back when I was a kid, we didn't have social media.
Mm-hmm.
When we did something stupid, it wasn't recorded and put on YouTube. And, we all remember that weird neighbor or that weird guy down the street. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you avoided him. And even your family knew for you to stay away from him.
Mhm.
because before you went outside to play with your little friends, you'd be like, stay away from Stanley at the end of the street, okay? I mean, and I just think you hear about it more now
Yeah.
because there's 30 different news networks and at least 20 million people claim to be journalists on social media.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So I think you hear about it all the time now, unlike you used to. But I think it's
True.
always been there. I think it's just made more public now.
Yeah, that's definitely a way to look at it because, like you said, some of these things were happening while we were growing up. But like you said, I think probably the bigger difference is our parents, and I think us growing up probably showed more common sense, or we were just
That's
lucky
true.
and foolish at the same time. Like some of the stuff these kids do now, like I can't imagine going into a grocery store when I was growing up, pulling ice cream out, licking it, and then putting it back. Like
Okay.
Oh my God.
Because your parents
that
would
I
take care of that.
could never imagine doing. But kids today, it's like, oh, let me take a TikTok and do that. It's like, really?
No, dude, if I would have done that, the guy at the store would have whipped my ass.
The guy at the store,
people-
your dad would have whipped your ass.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
would have whipped my ass. People watching it in the store, I would have whipped my ass. They would have called my family. They would have whipped my ass again at the store in front of everybody to show it was done again.
Exactly.
Then it would have got me home and done it again and then grounded me
Mm-hmm.
and took everything,
Yep.
which back then wasn't much. You had a little old TV in your bedroom, about 13 inches,
Mm-hmm.
and my Atari. That would have been about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It's like now parents are, I don't know, dude. It's, I don't know. It's weird. I always told my kids, because MySpace was a thing when my girls were little and my son.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, do not put anything of you on social media, no pictures. And they didn't for years.
Mm-hmm.
They did not take pictures of themselves or anything like that and put them on social media. And to this day, and my girls are adults,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean adult, and my son, and you will not see my girls put up anything risky, so to speak, on social
Mhm.
media. You just they won't do it because you know why? Because they know dad's still on there. Because dad'll be texting going, "What the fuck are you doing wearing that skirt and putting that shit on social media?"
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
dad would do it still, and they're one of my daughters is almost 30.
Mhm.
And dad would still be like, "Excuse me, Miss Thing, you need to pull that shirt up. Nobody needs to see all that."
Mhm.
But yeah, maybe that is it too, Fuzzy. Parents are definitely different than what they used to be.
Yeah, like the big thing these past couple of years at the kids' high school, they're breaking the porcelain fixtures. Like, I'm like, how many of these parents even know, or do they not care? Because like, I own a house in this area, so I'm paying property tax and school tax. So it's like every time they break a sink, and then we wonder why the school tax goes up every year. The kids are like, oh yeah, they just replaced all the stuff in the bathroom and it was broke by like 4 p.m. Like, what? Like,
It's like
let
some
me
bullshit
find out you
TikTok
guys are breaking
challenge
some
or
of these
something
fixtures
that-
in the school. Like, but
Oh, my kids knew better than all that dumb shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mine know
mine
better
did.
as well, but they still have done some dumb stuff. But it's like their dumb stuff is like the kind of the dumb stuff I did growing up, and it's like you do realize there's a lot more consequences these days for some of the dumb stuff. So just be mindful of that.
Oh yeah, there's a lot more. But like I said, that was the beauty of being a teenager when I was,
Mhm.
because everybody didn't have a camera.
Yeah.
Everything wasn't on
Nobody
YouTube
had
or
a
Facebook.
camera when I was a teenager.
Yeah. I think,
Exactly.
You've got
You
what,
know-
5 years on me, so yeah, nobody had a fucking camera when we were teenagers.
Damn right. That's a good thing too.
Yeah,
I
really.
think there was
Can't
maybe
get
a
busted
beeper or
or
two, like the knucklehead that
Yeah.
one he was
Yeah,
a drug
I
dealer
had
had a
two friends that
beeper,
had
and
a
then the guy that
pager.
was the actual drug dealer had the beeper, and that was about it. No phones, no
They were like,
cameras.
why do you idiots have a pager? You don't need one. Why? Why do you have it? Who's
Yeah, I
calling?
went to school.
Who's
I went to
calling you?
school with a couple of people like that.
Yeah, but that was about it. Like cameras weren't really a thing until after I got out of high school, and body count for teens. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
but man, oh man, it's definitely different times. I'm glad I grew up when I did.
Me too.
I look at my kids now and it's like, man, you guys, you're gonna have it easy when you're my age. It's gonna be like self-driving cars and all that stuff. But you know, all the stuff I did growing up, I'm glad I got that done in the 80s and 90s, and now kids trying to do that stuff today. Yeah.
Well, we did have Polaroids back then, but you know, it's kind of hard to sneak and take a picture of somebody with a Polaroid camera.
Yeah.
And they didn't take very good video either.
No.
Kind of hard to get video to print out on that little piece of paper.
Plus, if you brought a Polaroid around all your boys, someone would probably break it because you're being a dork.
Oh yeah.
Get that fucking camera out of here.
What are you, a narc?
Exactly.
You're standing behind the school, you know, getting ready to, you know, smoke a little bit out of your little homemade bong, which is your Coca-Cola can, and you're poking holes in it, and you see Billy pull out a Polaroid camera. What are you gonna put that on? I'm gonna put that on MySpace. It ain't even been invented yet, bitch. Smack. And we didn't have to take pictures of everything we ate.
Yeah, you just enjoyed the food. It was like, hey, I'm gonna have a burger and fries, or hey, I'm gonna have ice cream milkshake or something. It's like, what? Why are you taking a picture of your food? I never understood that. Like,
I don't get it either. I really don't. And I've got a friend on Facebook. He does that shit 3 times a day, and I'm like, why the fuck do you keep doing this? He takes pictures of his breakfast, his lunch, and his dinner. And if this motherfucker eats a snack, he has to take pictures of that and post it.
Oh my god!
And I every time I look at it, I'm like, why are we friends? And then I'm like, oh yeah, I really don't talk to you in person anymore. So, and this is probably why.
That's like 99% of the people.
Instead of unfriending them, just take pictures of take pictures of the after results of a meal, and I'm pretty sure they'll unfriend you. That would be a way to.
That's a good idea.
Quietly get rid of them. Like, oh, I took a picture of the steak. Hey, this is what a steak looks like when it comes out the other end.
and here's my one big pet peeve, and I'm gonna say it because we're out of topics.
Yeah.
I have another pet peeve.
Really?
There's certain things you can do, and you take it too far, and I think it's been kind of over with now. Bacon. Okay, everybody has that one friend that they're a bacon bro. Everything's bacon. Bacon this, bacon that. Okay. We get it, motherfucker. You like bacon. Everything you post during the day don't have to involve bacon. All right. Every time you cook bacon, we don't need to see pictures of it. When you're eating it, we don't need to see you putting it on a plate. Right? When you're buying it at the store, we don't need to see photos of that. We all go to grocery stores. We know what they look like. You know, I mean, it's so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
And they put up these memes all the time or these jokes. You know, like, are you having a bad day? You just need bacon. Ha, 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 ha. It's not funny. It's really not fucking funny. You know, if you like bacon that great, then so be it, but don't make it your fucking personality.
Yeah. No, the only bacon photo that's acceptable that I've seen is and this is when I didn't know this was even a thing until like maybe it was like 10 years ago or whatever. Somebody took a picture of a cupcake with bacon and like maple syrup or something like that on it.
I've seen those, yeah.
It because it's good or it tastes good, at least to me. That one was acceptable, but everything else, it's like, come on, like
they make bacon jelly, bacon every fucking thing. It's like that all started with that thing on Facebook. That group, what he called himself, the Sauce Boss, that cooking show that was on on YouTube. They were actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
But after a while, I got really sick of watching them because they did everything with bacon, and they were funny at the time. So that's been over for a while.
Yeah.
What was it? It was called Happy Mealtime, wasn't it, or something like that?
Happy. Yeah.
Oh, and they'd build
bacon
those
strips
like
on top of
castles
bacon
of
strips on top of
bacon
bacon
and
strips.
sausage that were like, and they wouldn't even eat it; they just wreck it afterwards or something. Epic Mealtime. That's what you're talking about, right? Yeah, yeah.
Epic Mealtime. That was it.
Yeah.
And they were funny in the beginning, but you know what? It just got old. That's why they're not on there anymore. Exactly. It was funny 20 some years ago. The Bacon Bros is not a thing anymore. You don't have to keep playing into it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I get you're over 50, but it's okay. Find your own individuality. You know, you don't have to be a Bacon Bro your whole life. When you die, I don't know, this motherfucker annoys me so bad, I may slap bacon on his face in his casket. I want to outlive him at this point just to be able to do that.
Sprinkle some crumbled bacon on the coffin.
Instead of pouring it out for your homie, just some bacon
pour
crumbles.
some bacon grease on his casket. There you go, man. I mean, it's like, God damn, dude, you can overdo this shit. Just a tad. But then I've got another friend that does the same thing. Every time him and his wife go out to eat, they never had children. They didn't want kids. So every time they go out to eat dinner, it's all over their Facebook page. It's like, oh, great. So, and then I actually unfriended him. So he called me one afternoon. He goes, hey, bro, why are we not friends on Facebook anymore? Oh, shit, dude, I'm sorry, man. It must have glitched on me. You know, we've known each other for almost 30 years, bro. I thought you were pissed about something. No, man, no, I'm good. No, let me get on there and find you again. Oh, it's okay. I found you, bro. I already sent you an invite again. Okay. So now you're stuck. But yeah, it's just weird, man. People are very strange. And social media on Twitter or X, it's always a console has to be your personality.
Yeah. I try to avoid like doing the social media stuff. Like at first it was like, oh yeah, this is great. Talk to people. It's like, oh, it's a forum, but in like real time kind of thing. But then I was like, yeah, I'm not taking pictures of me in my car or my house or none of that. Cause it's like, I don't know these people. And I think there was like that one meme where people are like, oh yeah, when people talk about their own vacation and some knucklehead will have like the black shoes and the ski mask picture. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, after that, I was like, yeah, you know what? That's probably why I should not post anything. It's like, I don't need people to know I'm not in my house or need them to know what's in my house kind of thing. So it's like, yeah, I'll, if the family wants to see what I'm doing, I'll see them at the picnic or I'll see them when we go visit them or they can come visit us for a cookout. I ain't posting all them pictures online.
And another thing too, people aren't paying attention to, and I see this a lot, are scams. And I know you think you're being social, but it's really a scam. Like I saw one yesterday on Twitter. It was the year you were born, your first name or something like that, and they'll give you your nickname or some shit. And I'm like, great, that's half of the info they need to steal your identity, dumbass.
Yep.
I mean, really,
they're fishing for a password or fishing for, like you said, their private or their ID. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're asking you for it, and you're blindly giving it to them, thinking it's funny.
What's your mother's maiden name?
Yeah, what's your mom's maiden name?
My nickname is Bearfucker.
This is amazing. I mean, I'm gonna play Baldur's Gate this weekend. Yeah, but and people are doing this shit, dude. And I see it on Twitter, I see it on Facebook, and I'm like, you people don't think that's why there's so many people get their identity stolen. It ain't just old people like y'all claim. It ain't just the elderly. It's a bunch of you dumbasses on social media. These a person with a fake profile picture showing some cleavage can put up any post asking for info, and I guarantee you within 30 minutes, 2,000 thirsty little motherfuckers will be in there commenting on what they ask. It never fails. This is like the age of simps. It really truly is. Like, and the funny part about that is a lot of the shit I post on Twitter, and if you follow me, you get it. I post a lot of memes. The thing is, I will get dudes that will tag like these, I guess, popular female streamers. Like, dude, do you really think she's going to take time to look at what you tagged her in? I don't think she is, but I mean, if that's, and the best part, I got a couple dudes, I'm not going to name names. They will put like messages in there. Oh, such and such, you have to see this. It's so funny, LOL. And tag them to my post. And I'm like, This girl doesn't care about you, dude. She doesn't even know you exist. But I see it every day, multiple times, probably 30 or 40 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one dude that does it all day. I finally muted his ass and teetering on blocking him because he will post their shit all day long, or he'll tag them on what I post. And it's like, dude, are you that bored? Are you that horny? I mean, go get you some fucking KY jelly or something, dude. Take matters in your own hands. It's not that hard to find a significant other, dude. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Get out of my house.
Yeah, I think some people have forgotten how to interact with people outside of social media. It's like, go to well, back in the day, I say this like 20, 30, actually now.
We
probably
walked
30
uphill
plus
both
years ago.
ways, snowing the whole time.
Well, not quite that far back, but it's like, go to the laundromat. Like way back, washing machine and dryer were broken. Or we only had a washing machine. We didn't have the dryer at the house. Washing machine was broken, so I would go to the laundromat. You go at off hours, a lot of times you would find women your own age at the laundromat. Of course, some of them would have their already ready-made family, like little kids as well, but there were some that weren't. And if you go late enough, you usually find the strippers there too. So if you want just find a stripper, it's like, oh yeah, they got to go to the laundromat because they got to wash those thongs and all the stuff that they get all messy at the strip club. So, hey, that's one place to meet women. The grocery store was also another good place to meet women. Maybe not the ones that you want to make the significant other as far as at the laundromat, but for the good time stuff, yeah, it was.
Well, she'll do laundry, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then grocery store was always a good place. And I forget what was another one that was always a good place, but it's like, just leave your house. Like there's women everywhere. It's like, you don't have to like cling or simp for some of the ones that are either streaming or get catfished because oh my God, like you can clearly tell. It's like, okay, a woman that's talking like a guy about gaming in the sense of like, you don't see a real picture. You see like this like stock photo image kind of thing. And it's like, come on, you have to know that's a catfish. Come on. Like you could just search it on Google and see that, oh, that's Wendy for,
this is a Swedish
or
model.
something. Yeah, exactly. It's like,
she's a model in Sweden. She's really popular and she's talking to me.
Oh no. Yeah. There's some on these social media platforms that just, you could tell they were probably, I guess, the odd person that just couldn't communicate with people or something. But it's like, it's easier now. Well, actually, I don't know if it's easier now, but it just seems like it would be easier to go outside your house, touch some grass, go get a coffee. There's bound to be somebody to talk to at the coffee shop.
Touch some grass and find some ass. There you go.
Yeah.
I will say I'm awfully glad I'm not in the dating world at this point.
Me too. Thank goodness.
Yeah, ditto.
With all the just thank you, no thanks.
So, do you want to go out? You want to go out Friday night for coffee? No, I'm not going to subscribe to your OnlyFans page. Thank you. Have a good night. Yeah.
Or why would I go out and spend $50 on dinner?
You're telling me you're
pay $3.99 a month.
You're telling me all this, and you're saying your last boyfriend didn't respect you. How much is a picture of your butthole again? $5? Oh.
$2.99 a month.
Yeah. Remember the old days when your mom didn't have OnlyFans? She just sold Avon.
Yeah. I wonder how that's going to be for some of these kids growing up. It's like,
dude,
instead of, I saw your mom on the street corner. Like, I'm subscribed to your mom's OnlyFans. And now the kid could be like, you damn right. I need that PlayStation 5. You better keep that subscription going.
Yeah, it's a sad world. But on that note, gentlemen, let's close it out here because, like I said, we ran out of topics.
We did a pretty good job stretching this out an hour and 40 with
damn right,
three of us and no topics essentially.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Hey, the coffee did its job.
Good job.
All right, and Fuzzy, thanks for joining us again, dude. It was good to have you here and bullshit with you for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Tell everybody where they can find you, man.
Just thank you for having me on. It's always awesome being on here with you guys. Good chat. Good BSing with you guys always. For those that want to hear my rambles or rants on anything gaming related, just follow me on pretty much any social media, Fuzzy_Belvedere or just Fuzzy Belvedere altogether. I'm on tons of podcasts as well. I'm not going to go through the whole list because I'll be here all night. But yeah, just follow me on social media. You'll see where I'm at, and look forward to maybe the next time you have me on. Thanks again.
Anytime, dude. And this is gonna be a short one this time, isn't it? Peniac, tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me here on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern time with these guys. Fuzzy, thanks for coming tonight. I don't know how long Wilmy and I could have carried the show.
We would have figured it out. One way or the other.
We would have made an hour for sure, I think. But you can find me at the I'm still saying Twitter, so because fuck X. Peniac Giant. Hopefully just got into The Witcher 3 for the first time ever, so probably playing that.
I wasn't a fan of that game.
I'm not far enough into it yet to say whether or not where I'm at with it, but I wish I could mod in Henry Cavill's Witcher instead of the dude that's there, because I'm more familiar with the show than I am with the game, so it's kind of weird. But yeah, so I'll be playing that and just keeping an eye on the news this week. Hopefully there is some.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Over to Wilmy.
All right. And of course, you can find me here every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, or you can find me on Twitter, X, whatever. And you can find me on Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam. Just look for Wilmy Hood. And I've got one thing to add to this real quick before we get off here. Whoever this MBG guy is, dude, he is the perfect example of what we were talking about earlier. He put up a post saying, kind of crazy, Baldur's Gate 3 will be a PS5 console exclusive, and Sony has nothing to do with it. Dude, it's not a console exclusive. It came out on PC first. Actually, it came out on PC second. It was out on Stadia first. So, I mean, and it's not exclusive, and if it is, who cares? If you want to play it, get it on PC or wait for it to hit PS5 next month. But these are the same type of people we were talking about earlier. So I just wanted to shed some light on that one. People need help. They need a way, I guess, to attract people to their channels. But it is what it is. So everybody have a great week. Play some games. I'm going to personally try to get away from Diablo. Hopefully.
Liar.
I really need to play Amnesia the Bunker. Because I was really looking forward to that game. And it's sitting on my PS5 staring at me when I turn it on.
Delete
So
Diablo.
I really need to play.
Delete it.
I know I need to, but I won't.
Cleanse your soul. Delete it.
It's too late for my soul, dude. I got my tickets from Jim Baker back in '84. I was holding the camera for him and Jessica. You gotta be older to understand that reference. But anyway, thanks for everybody that joined us, and Fuzzy, thanks for joining in. And we will be back here next week, and hopefully we have the full crew back. And on that note, we are out of here, and we'll see you next week.